Alrighty, folks, how we doing? And happy Tuesday, Gold King, back again. Uncharted, the final of the Uncharted games, in fact, Lost Legacy. Fun games so far, and a relatively short game from what I gathered in my research. So we might actually be closing in upon completion of this game. Before we continue, let me say hi to the chat. White Bear, how you doing? Whitey's tired. Got me on the background. Horror with Nads and Nadia, how you doing? Good to see you. I'll be with Nadia next week. Next Tuesday, we're gonna be talking Vincent Price films, which should be fun. And Israel, what's going on? How you doing? Glad to see you all here. We continue this fun little...
But at least we're not in the line of
what do we call her? If she's not Indiana Jones, is she Indianapolis Jones? Is that what we'll call her? We'll call her Indianapolis Jones. That sounds, you know, mildly feminine-ish. Feminine-ish. And by the way, if you don't know already, there is a spur-of-the-moment meme over on the main channel now. I saw Wicked put out a teaser, and it just it reminded me of something. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Doubt they were meant for
but that is over on the main channel now. Took all of about 5 minutes to put together, but all the same. It's a little funsies, a fun little meme. This... will this come apart? Or do I have to have a grenade? I mean, it definitely looks like there's something there. Did anyone stuff any grenades in here? Please? Whoa. What was that noise? Made the controller vibrate. And I've got my little cat right behind me on the chair. Hello, Mozart. How we doing? That's right, there is. You must crawl. Also, y'all, my Twilight video should be ready to go for tomorrow. Got a little bit more. I'm checking in on it, you know, doing some final touches, and then obviously I'll have to pass copyright, but it is very much on track to release tomorrow. So, good stuff there.
Now,
Jacob Ironside, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Are we in some kind of quarters? I don't want to be insensitive to the lady I'm venturing with, but it reminds me of a certain kind of place you keep people in chain like things.
Hear that?
I just found out that 28 Years Later is getting an immediate sequel release next year. Yeah, I've known that for a little while. Pretty sure they're filming 1 and 2. They've been filming 1 and 2 back to back. And the third one that they're planning will kind of depend upon the success of these 2 movies.
Yep. There's the aqueduct. Up here.
I'm hoping it's good. Oh, holy jeez. How did it know? Ah, looks like we're finally getting an appearance from our villain. Oh my gosh! Okay, she's freaking wrecked at this point.
The Eye of Shiva. It's impressive. My man worked for a week and turned up nothing.
Well, your dudes are stupid.
The wrong expert.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
If it's for good, it's gonna be amazing.
You know,
obviously.
a Hoysala poet once wrote of a young king.
Is this about me?
Who showed mercy, and thus ended our rituals. But the old kings, they understood that progress demands sacrifice. All right. In
It's
times of
loaded.
war, these aqueducts, they would run red through the capital. Those who would not fight had to be used to inspire those who would.
So the ones who wouldn't fight poured Kool-Aid. Oh jeez. Oh, he just choke slammed her. That was pretty awesome. That was very satisfying to watch, to be perfectly honest. Oh my god.
Proud of yourself?
A little, yeah. Come on.
Wow.
Need to work on your reflexes.
Swinging it.
Oh dear.
To rule a people, you must first sow chaos.
Wait.
I'm not much of a
incite my
seamstress.
civil war. Stamp out the weak bloodline of the young king.
Oh.
Starting with you.
Oh, she's part of a kingly bloodline? Hello. Oh no. There ain't no way she'd break out of that. She'd be absolutely boned in that scenario. Oh dear.
Grab on something. Anything.
Grab onto this water.
Oh shit.
Ow. Ow. Yes, Niles.
You okay?
The Knicks fired the really? They fired Thibodeau? They think he's the problem?
Hey, take it easy. You've
Or
been out for almost
Thibodeau's
half an
their coach, right?
Half an hour? Yeah. Oh shit.
Whoever their coach is,
Shit.
I'm gonna call that a really dumb move.
We gotta get going. Hey, relax, all right? Think you can manage?
Yeah, I've had
Or
worse
at least
nights, believe me.
not the move I think that they had to make. I don't know how great a coach he is, but
It's good to have you back.
yeah, I don't think he's from New York.
There's two of you now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go and get our disc.
And some guns.
And some guns.
Maybe a muffin. I could use a muffin. Wait a minute, that sounds mildly sexual. Never mind.
Can I just say, you were not joking about Assad. I mean, wow, he looks so unassuming. Right? That's exactly what he wants. Pretty sure his glasses are an affectation. To make him look harmless or smart? Both. But he is smart. He was a doctor before he took up his course.
Then they're not to look smart.
So he left behind a lucrative career. I'm sure at one point he thought it was the right thing to do.
I do like that she, is hurting after that fight. That's good.
Hey, you sure you're good to go?
As good as I'll ever be. Just need to take it easy for a bit.
Well, nothing says take it easy like climbing up and down rock walls. That should be, right. That should be right. That's simple. Although I'll let it slide. It's just fine because
Up here.
obviously
Go
Nathan
slow.
did it. He did it all the time. No, that's gonna hurt the side. Yeah, if the side is really that. If he's as intelligent as that, then I don't think the glasses are an affectation for intelligence. I think they're more to be unassuming. That would make a lot more sense. Okay, so there's that. Let's see if there's anything down here. Actually, that looks more like the way to go. So what's this all about?
Let's get that thing open.
Okay, hang on. So... I'm guessing... Okay, so that's gotta be the way we're going ultimately.
Fraser, the gate's that way.
Okay.
Yeah, one sec.
just want one last look at this place.
Yeah, I was like, we've been here, that's why. Okay, so we're just coming back to a place we've already been. That's fine. Makes total sense. Gotta get a picture, of course. Of
This is how it
course.
looked to the Persians before they invaded.
Ready?
Yeah.
What's so funny?
Oh, it's all my dad's research. And the tusk wasn't even here. Come on.
I'm not quite sure how I feel about that story-wise. That it's all just, like this was all just the ruse. I'm like, I'm not sure I fully buy the justification. Hang on, let me check something real quick. Sorry, I was just checking on something. Vex is showing us thumbnails for her Sunday show. She's going to be talking Ford v Ferrari, which I'm looking forward to because that movie freaking rocks. And this was her first time watching it. And I might be wrong, but she might have watched it twice. Which makes total sense because it's... Geez, Nadine, you could help. She did say she was injured.
Actually, that's a holy cow. That's Nandi, Shiva's gatekeeper. That's got to be the entrance to the old capital.
It had to
my
be triggered by the
gosh.
aqueducts.
Yep.
Shit. Assault's already heading inside.
Okay, well, better get down there. Come on.
No.
No.
What do you mean, no?
What do you mean, no?
Sam Drake.
Oh my gosh.
He's the goddamn expert. It's Sam Drake.
Yeah.
Peace. You know what? This is a good thing. I can kill two birds with one
I
stone.
said piss.
Nadine,
What?
He's a prisoner.
What?
Sam's kind of the reason why we're here in the first place.
Oh, you better be joking.
This was my deal. Sam went ahead to do recon for me on the disc, but then
He's
he went missing.
clearly a
You knew my history
prisoner.
with Sam and then you dragged me into this anyway?
Your history with the Sav made you the obvious. Don't hold back or anything.
Oh, I did.
You know what, Nadine? This doesn't change anything. You'll still get your share.
Yeah? Or maybe you and Sam will cut me out as soon as you get the tusk.
Come on, man, that's not how I operate.
That's exactly how your type operates. And to think I trusted you.
Oh, piss off. You screwed him
Listen.
over too.
I was going to tell you about Sam. I swear I was just waiting for the right time to...
It's fine. I could use the exercise.
Shit.
And like I said, he was clearly a prisoner. And she didn't seem to mind the fact that she had a history with Nathan Drake. Women. Let's see. We don't have a map, so looks like our path is direct. Now we truly
This is
don't
where I
have
get
any
to being
tokens.
Socked in the jaw. Well, Mandy's not too far.
Yeah, we can't Assassin's Creed this thing. Oh, hello. Hang on just a sec. Let me do something real quick. Alright. Sorry. I was just
Yeah.
putting the word out over
Glad
a
I thought to pack painkillers.
discussion I had earlier.
Of course, they're back in the 4x4.
So I don't know if some of you all saw, but yeah, Witcher... There was a Witcher 4 little mini demo release today, and they were like... People were fawning over how great it looked, and I was like... I mean, I'm not saying it looks bad, but I was like... It doesn't look groundbreaking, I'm sorry.
Here's where the aqueduct picks up. Must have raised the Nandi statue.
Like one guy was... I think it was like that, I think he's a YouTuber, he's called like Synthetic Potato... Which I don't know much about him, I think I've heard of him, but... He was like, this has to be PS6, look how good it looks, and I was just like... Demon's Souls looks just as good or better.
Here goes nothing.
And that's an early PS5 title. This is a PS4 port.
Slow down.
And
Slow
looks
down.
every bit as good, if not better. And if anyone was in here for the Uncharted 4 streams, you're like, I mean, you saw that game looked incredible too. That game's 10 years old. I think all the ports that have been going over to PS5 have really been coloring people's view on what a system should be capable of at this point. Like, this should be standard for a PS5 game. Minimum. Minimum. You should not have PS5 games that don't look as good as this. False flag Witcher content. What's up, Cannoli? False flag minus that second L.
Try this way.
I'm guessing that little... You might note, like, there's a secret or something nearby. Oh boy, C4! Ew. Does PlayStation require paid subscription to play online? Yes. It does.
Oh, shit. Get down, get down.
Whoa, that's a big Gatling gun. Oh, look. Nadine's doing her thing.
Shit, is that Nadine? Oh, she's really stepped in it now. Need to get to her.
Why do you ask? Just out of curiosity. Anywho. Alright, let's... Oh dear. There's a guy there.
Nothing yet.
In his aim.
And keep your eyes open. They must be hiding somewhere. Can't have gone far on foot.
Obviously, we gotta mark that big old truck. Alright, so we gotta be mindful of the truck.
Something over there. Might be a target.
Might be a target.
What did you find? We are all clear.
I just realized that Kingdom of Heaven, the movie, has 2 different director's cuts. Really? It has 2 director's cuts? Like, I knew it had 2 cuts, but... I mean, still, I'll be honest, I don't think the director's cut was anything special.
Let's see how strong that
I mean, I think it improved the movie, but I still think Kingdom of Heaven is incredibly boring. Oh, shoot.
Shit! Here! They are over here!
Oh, that's lovely. A shot to the head did.
Cover now!
Oh, okay, that was actually really cool. Just could hit him and knock him through the little fragile walls. That's pretty neat. I like that. Okay, let's get our silence pistol. No, I want the silence one.
I heard C4 pairs with APCs nicely.
Ana de Armas is pretty dang good at using guns. You should see her gunplay vids. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, that she would try to, you know, get good at that. You know, kind of the way that, Keanu Reeves did with John Wick. I mean, that's cool. I'm glad she's putting forth the effort. I mean, I still have a lot of reservations about Ballerina, because I'm still hard to buy, like, the hand-to-hand aspect, particularly with, you know, her being as small as she is. But more than that is just the John Wick movies are not well written after the first one, so to me that's the primary concern. Get down. Okay, there's a guy over there. Wish this thing was silenced. That'd be pretty dupe. Get in cover, lady. See what Lionsgate did. They advise. The whole thing about they're not allowed to post negative. Yeah, I saw that. That was like insane. Like an embargo only on negative reviews. Like, that was wild. John Wick 3 sucks. I think 4's worse. I honestly think John Wick 4 is worse. Like, 3... I mean, 3's not good, but it has some entertaining aspects. I mean, all of them have some entertaining aspects, to be honest. I mean, as far as bad movies go, you can do a lot worse than the John Wick movies, but it's, I personally just think the John Wick movies get progressively worse as you go. Like, each one is worse than the last. Like, John Wick 1, that's a really awesome movie. But then we get to 2, it's like, okay, that wasn't very good. That was actually quite silly, but... And then 3 gets worse than that. Even the first John Wick is not necessarily a great film. A very good one. I mean, I think that's kind of splitting hairs a little bit.
Got a gift for that APC.
I think that's splitting hairs. It kind of depends on what standard you're going through. I actually think John Wick 1 is... I don't think there's enough flaws to keep it out of the great category, to be honest. I think John Wick 1 is pretty dang strong.
Never get anywhere with that APC.
Did that seriously not work? We have to throw the C4 on it.
Now.
How did that didn't see me if I used C4 and I just pushed a detonator? Are you freaking kidding me? That's silly. That's really freaking silly. I'm pretty much boned at this point. So. Go ahead, do your worst. I had like 1 HP left in it. I bullet sponged it until it finally got me. Who thinks better action film star? I mean, my preference is Cruise. But I mean, Jackie Chan obviously is more impressive, I guess, because he. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like you got to give Cruise some credit for the stunts he does, but it kind of pales in comparison to Jackie Chan. There we go.
Bam! Down for the count.
But I think Cruise is in better movies.
Can you, Fraser?
Yes, yes. Listen, we'll never get anywhere with these guys.
Not a
now. Come on.
thrust! Cut them down! Cannot take the door down!
Oh, there's you. Hello. The stunts that Chan accomplished are absolutely insane. Heck yeah, they did. Though funny enough, I mean, I'm kind of surprised this doesn't get mentioned more often because of all the, you know, the gender politics out there, but in one of his better movies, a woman outperformed, like, Michelle Yeoh did a stunt more impressive than any of his. If you watch Super Cop, she pulls a stunt where she jumps a motorcycle onto a moving train. It's a real stunt. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's probably one of the greatest stunts ever put on film. It is a great, great stunt. Like, Michelle Yeoh's, like, gotta give her credit. She's pretty legit.
All right?
She's pretty freaking legit. Super Cop, yeah. They actually make a reference to it in the movie Hot Fuzz.
That's it.
It's one of the DVDs
We're
he
clear.
picks up while they're at the convenience store. He's like, Super Cop. Meet the cop who can't be stopped. I need to rewatch that movie. Super Cop's actually pretty freaking cool. That's a good movie.
You need a hand?
So are they going to have a dialogue about what just happened, or...?
There we go. You're welcome.
You lied to my face.
I didn't lie.
Your face is ugly.
I just left out the part about Sam.
Incredible.
Look, Asav is getting a
Watch the
head
raid?
start, and we
I've
need
watched
to
the
hurry.
raid. Watch both of them.
Shit.
The raid's awesome.
Look,
Spit it out.
Okay, cards on the table. I need your help.
Should have thought of that before.
And if you want the tusk, you need mine. Look, I screwed up. Okay?
I don't think this was that bad a screw
This is
up.
your idea of an apology.
I really don't think this is that big a deal. I'm sorry, I don't.
Well, if it helps to keep your head in the game, then sure. Listen, we both have something to lose here. Am I right?
If she hated Sam so much, why didn't she kill him at the end of 4?
Not Sam Drake.
He's certainly not the reason why her men turned on her.
Fair enough.
That was more the main baddie. Who died? Which raid movie do you like more? I like the first one more, if I remember correctly. I saw them both kind of side by side in a few years back, but I think I preferred the first one, but they're both pretty dang good. Second one's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a bit more to it, I guess, a lot more world building and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, there's actually a lot to this one. But I think I prefer the first one, but they were both pretty cool. But yeah, the raid movies are awesome.
What are you doing?
Making sure we're not followed.
Huh. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I like the raid.
What was that?
Exactly what it sounded like.
I don't know what it sounded like. What? Oh, that's the way down. Greatest one-take action scene I've ever seen is in The Protector. I don't think I've seen The Protector. Heard of it, but that's a Jackie Chan movie, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
Shortcuts.
I'll tell you one really great action one-take is from Children of Men.
I'll be damned. Oh, wow.
The kings ushered their people into these tunnels. What?
We didn't find the entrance. We found the back door.
That's a Tony Jaa movie who is also a legend, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I've seen, like, scenes of Tony Jaa. I don't know if I've ever, like, watched one of his movies. I know he's, like, pretty awesome, pretty hardcore, he's a great fighter, but I don't think I've ever...
Okay. Looks like a step well. You hear that? Now I do.
Speaking of Asian cinema, on Vudu today, I got Seven Samurai for $5. Couldn't pass on that. Seven Samurai is a great film. All-timer. And man, is also pretty good. I think I have the first... I was going to say the trilogy, but I think there's like more than 3 of them at this point. But I have the first 3, I'm pretty sure.
Find us?
Though my favorite movie with Donnie Yen in it is Hero. And the fight between him and Jet Li is glorious. Hero is just a great movie. Oh my gosh. So okay, when Hero came out, it was one of those movies that it came to the US, I think a year or two after it initially released. I think it released in like 2002. And I think we might have gotten it a year or so later. And it was one of those things that Quentin Tarantino, I'm pretty sure, helped bring it to the States. I think they listed him as an executive producer for when it released in the States. So that's why me and my brother saw it. We were like, oh, okay, you know, Tarantino's got his stamp. Like it was in like the wake of Kill Bill, I'm pretty sure. So I think it came over in 04, might have been 03. I thought Hero was just going to be this really cool action flick. You know, not like necessarily like super serious. I thought it was going to be something like Iron Monkey or something like that. Hero is a movie that should have been up for like numerous Oscars. Like the best comparison is probably Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a better movie than that. It has it has a similar aesthetic. It kind of does the kind of mid-air on wires fight scenes, kind of similar to that. So, you know, Crouching Tiger gets a lot of credit should get a lot of credit for some of the stuff they did in Hero, but Hero is a better movie. I mean, it's an incredible movie. It's got an amazing musical score, really cool story. The sword fighting scenes are just gorgeous.
We're gonna get you out.
I freaking love Hero. Like it came out the same year as The Two Towers.
Wait a minute.
If you wanted to have the right movie win Best Picture that year, Hero's the only one that I would question as a possible winner over Two Towers.
Easy does it.
We're riding an elephant.
Okay then.
I highly recommend both of those, Cannoli.
Wherever it was.
Especially Hero, though. Hero is so good. Like, as far as, like, Hero might actually be my most watched movie in a different language. It might be. Not positive of that, but it might be. Underrated martial arts looks sort of The Forbidden Kingdom is fun. I've heard it's decent. I'll tell you another one that Jet Li did that absolutely should be watched is Fearless. Fearless is phenomenal. That was another one I got to see in theaters. Fearless is that might have been like the last like great Jet Li martial arts movie. Fearless was amazing. I loved it. Naughty Dog certainly likes their people interacting with animals moments. We on an elephant, y'all. Also, this is very Indiana Jones. I mean, come on. They did this in Temple of Doom. Which is fine. That's fine. Totally cool with that. Yeah, check that aside. Screw nature. Have you ever seen The Foreigner with Jackie Chan? I don't think so. I've heard of it, though.
Look, I'm not very good at the whole people thing.
You're a selfish dickhead.
Wouldn't it be Vagina Head? She is a woman.
You're right. I am a selfish dickhead.
Yeah. It's good to hear you say it.
Wow. Did you hear that, Dad? Did get something from you after all.
That Happy Gilmore trailer out. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
What happened with your father?
What do you think of Scott Adkins as a martial arts star?
He was the guy that couldn't walk away.
I've heard the name. Let me put a face to it real quick.
The Ministry of Culture offered to finance one more of his expeditions. Because this time he said he was onto something big. He was always onto something big.
Looking at his filmography, I don't think I've seen hardly anything he's done.
But bandits raided his camp, and
I mean, okay, he's in John Wick. He's in John Wick 4, or he has something to do with them.
Found him weeks later.
Can't say I'm all that familiar with his work. I mean, he's in a few movies I know, but it doesn't look like he's like the star of them. So don't know much about him. To be on Netflix. Oh, that's cool.
So,
Listen, Fraser.
By the way, Blue, if you didn't see,
What's it doing?
charging, I think. Tell it to stop, because I speak elephant.
oh my gosh, in the water. By the way, Blue, I did release a meme over on my main channel. If you haven't gotten a chance to look at it, you can check that out. It's good. It's all 30 whole seconds, but.
Look at it.
Is that actually the first movie he's been a villain, though? I feel like Ethan Hawke's been a villain before that.
Hey, about the whole Sam.
Look, I get it. Alright? I've got my own shit to sort out as well. Let's not have that stand in the way anymore, hey?
Okay.
Maybe he hasn't, though. I
Deal.
don't know. But yeah, I need to see Black Phone, though.
Well, if we accomplish nothing else today, at least we reunited a family.
Oh, just keep your distance.
I had to turn
Got a
my
cough with them.
camera
Right.
off twice. It was just such an easy thing to play off of. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna say I couldn't help it because I sure as heck wasn't trying to. I was like, of course I'm gonna try to make y'all laugh. I'm trying to mess with y'all.
Here, I'll take this one.
Oh. Okay, thanks.
Move over a little.
The
That's
elephant should attack.
good. No, reach that way and hold out your hand.
What?
Now you're rubbing his balls.
Much safer way to pet an elephant.
Much obliged.
Look forward to such a fun bad movie. Yeah, I mean, I've only seen it once and fairly recently, but that was pretty much the impression I got.
Battling the tiger. I'd say we're on the right track. Maybe it's been a while, but elephants are smaller than I remember.
You're probably used to seeing African elephants. These are Indian elephants.
What's the difference?
Smaller. Smaller ears. Sort of a double dome on the skull.
Oh, so like Asian people.
Nice of Asav to leave some supplies for us.
I'm
Load up if
joining
you need it.
Nads. I
Cool.
think Bring Her Back is a really good movie. Can't wait to your thoughts. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to watch Talk to Me first, but I definitely want to see Bring Her Back. I got some C4. Let's see. I want to keep the silenced pistol for now.
Up here.
Talk to Me earlier on Netflix. Solid film. Nice. It's picture time. What? I got the little secretisms. Ah, there we go. Not the best, but it's not a remake, requel. Yeah, I mean, horror's kind of been the only reliable genre over the last year and a half. If we're being real. There's been a lot of treasure nearby here. I am glad to see that. I mean, plus, if we get a, I mean, if horror is like, it's kind of look. Okay, this is kind of why I bemoan movies like, you know, Minecraft and Lilo and Stitch making as much money as they do. So I'm like, I would much prefer like these original horror movies get people's attention. I mean, I know they're not going to be like the billion-dollar movies. I get that, but I think if people are hoping we're going to get better quality over the next few years, it's like if what's making money now is any indication,
Hey,
don't hold your
upstairs.
breath.
I see light.
Don't hold your breath. Because if we're, I mean, maybe we'll see a downward turn in all the, all the message-heavy stuff, but that doesn't mean it's going to be good. Because a lot of the movies that are making money this year are not, I mean, I don't know if any of them are good. I mean, Minecraft is probably at or about to hit $1 billion.
You get to see a totally
Lilo and Stitch is definitely going to hit $1 billion.
Nobody else has seen for centuries.
I'm like, these are not the kind of movies I want to see making this kind of money.
Apart from Asaf.
And a few of his men.
And a few of his men.
You ready?
You just totally crushed that moment. You know that, right? Yeah, I'm ready.
How do we get in?
Dunno. Looks like dwellings along the side.
George R. Martin
So
says
let's
the hardest
go
thing
up.
about Hollywood is dealing with other writers. They empower these writers to take material and make it their own. Often they do not improve it. Oh, jeez.
Asaf's consultant has all of us running around in circles.
There's all of us running around in
If
circles.
the American is lying to us, he'll pay daily for it. It's an insult. How Hey, don't there!
Let's get Get down! Sniper!
Oh, jeez. I should have gotten down lower. Oh, crap. As far as George R. R. Martin complaining is concerned, it's like, dude, What have you written lately anyway? That's like, what are you worried about getting improved? Yeah, we need to be more stealthy. Oh dear.
God, Fraser!
Oh my gosh. I'll try to be more stealthy. So there's that guy, and there's another guy. How did I just get...
Hey, they are here!
Oh, I had a mistake. Get it. Ah, he did. I haven't finished Cobra Kai. I mean, I haven't either. I've got a couple of seasons of Cobra Kai I haven't finished. Dang it. Oh, come on. There we go. He did. Let's get across here. There's stuff in here. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't see anyone. Where are they? Let's see. Uh-oh.
Serious armor on that one.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
Serious armor on that one.
Yeah, you don't say.
C4, watch it! We have company!
There we go. Let's see his foe.
Fire! Fire!
Oh, jeez.
Shit, Fraser!
What the heck was that?
I see them! There! By that wall!
Wait, I'm not... What the hell? What the heck?
Go away out of this!
Oh, Christ! Fraser!
I ain't that dumb of these C4. Let's see if I can find any a boy. Could be helpful. Okay, there's one grenade. We need Mo grenade. Okay, there's some C4. But we can't have both. That's gay. That's stupid. Huzzah. Wait a minute.
They're right here!
Too close. Say hello to my very large friend!
Ow, 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 ow! I do like the lion, that was pretty good. I don't know if she could hold this thing though, for real. That looks heavy. Might be too big for a lady. This lady. Still. I'll take it. I'll take it. She's the Frasianada. Take that, ancient Indian artifacts. Oh my god. Suck it, nerds. Ow.
All clear.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Back to it.
Open up.
Ah, let's see where this goes.
Hang on. Let's grab the pistol. And let's check around here. You know, make sure we're not leaving anything neat behind. Nope. Nothing special. Blast. I'm gonna miss you, giant gun.
Not here again.
Must be a way into the city somewhere. Whoa, up there. Yes, Assad couldn't find an entrance, so he made his own. You'd think Assad would have more respect for this place.
Assad only respects the sovereign.
Uh-oh. I hear a thing. You see, we've had fun moments in the end, but thank God it's over. Yeah.
Never thought I'd see a place more spectacular than Halloween.
It's a shame, in a way, that below is hidden from the world.
And now I know why.
There's gotta be something near here. The secret watch is going off. It's a lot for one piece of treasure. I'll take it though. Let's wax on. Oh no. Oh no. Up, down, up, down. Like, from what I've heard people say, they're like, the later seasons are definitely not
we were
up
just
to the
here.
standard. Like, none of the seasons are up to the standard of the first one.
Very good.
But from what I've heard, they're still entertaining enough to watch. So I'm like, okay, yeah, and I think I watched 3 seasons. I enjoyed seasons 2 and 3 fine. So I'll give them a look at some point. Oh dear.
Oh, no, no.
That was a very poorly
Must
done
be a way into the
dive.
city somewhere.
Left circle. Right circle. Exactly.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Guess
Bro.
Assad couldn't find an entrance, so he made his own. You'd think Assad would have more respect for this place.
Why would he?
Respects Assad.
There's a little room in Tupolev's heart for anyone but Tupolev. I mean Assad.
It's a shame in a way. The lure's hidden from the world.
It's hard for me not to hear that and think hullabaloo. It's like, yeah, we're in hullabaloo. Sure, sure. Gotcha. So you're telling me seasons 4 and 5 are like not the true detective of Cobra Kai? Ugh. What the heck?
There's another god.
I'm guessing it's one of the Hoysala kings.
How many kings did they have in there again?
11. The young king was the last in their line.
That has clan root. Saved his city from the Persians.
Bloody Persians. Ow.
There we go. Up this way.
Alright, off we go.
Just keeps getting more and more spectacular.
Lily, how you doing? I thought you were playing Tomb Raider. No, I'm playing Uncharted Ladies. So kind of like Tomb Raider, but probably a little bit better than some of those, at least mechanically.
Damn it! They've blown the entrance. That must have been the explosion we heard.
Gotta be another way in.
But yeah, this is basically you're playing as Chloe from Uncharted, mostly from Uncharted 2. She's also in 3. It's pretty solid. I like it. I mean, as far as like, there's a little bit of girl bossery in it, so there's a few annoyances with the storytelling, but as an overall game, pretty dang cool.
They're trying to slow us down.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Ba-da-ba-ba. Let's see here. This weird looking dance that statue's doing. That was great. We want Battlefront 3.
In here, Nadine.
Do we though?
Tastes
Do we
great.
want Battlefront 3? Considering who would be in charge of making it?
Hurry up. We need to get this together.
I see
Oh
him.
dear. I hear some Indians. Oh my gosh.
It's a big city. There must be another way through. Or a well. Possibly both.
It's a very well bath.
Bit deeper here.
Wee. Time to swam. Oh my gosh, there's a secret nearby. They may not have exclusive rights to Star
Some
Wars,
kind
but
of
I would be curious to see if they had exclusive rights to Battlefront. I don't see it in the water, so maybe it's just close by. There's some secret flism nearby.
Over here. Coming.
Hey, hey, I'm looking for the secret thing, lady. Leave me alone. Ba-dum. Well, we're further away from it now. Oh my gosh. Is it on top of here? Won't let me on top of here. Whatever. I'm already annoyed. I don't that.
Huh, look there.
This for 2 movies
The
on
Queen
sale for
and her
$7.99.
handmaidens.
I wonder if
Maybe
I
these were the royal
pick it up
bards.
for $7.99. Yeah. Have you played the old Battlefront 2? It's such a classic. Not extensively, but I do have it. It's pretty
Women
cool.
actually played a big role
Pretty
in Western
dang cool.
society,
I
particularly
think
the
I actually
queens.
have it on
Not
this.
surprised, with the kings and men going off to fight all the time.
They were also involved in the fine arts, poetry, music, that sort of thing. Ballur was their city, in a way.
Blah. Blah. What's this?
What on earth is this?
Wait a minute. Before we go in there, let's go over here. Lord basically said, buy it, stupid. I mean, for $7.99, Nosferatu? Yeah. Buy it, you bloody idiot! My gosh. It's like when they offered Lilo and Stitch the original for $5 on Amazon the other day. I'm like, heckin' yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I'm glad I did. It was worth every penny. Lilo and Stitch is great.
Ancient Kannad script.
Unlike the new
Looks like
one!
stanzas. Could be poetry.
This place a library?
Seems so.
That is sitar?
Vina. It's the sitar's distant ancestor. Maybe they gave performances in
Vina gave birth to Sitar. You pull the strings and they get pregnant. It's weird.
Looks like a drum.
It is a drum.
They keep all sorts of things in here.
How do you even see it? Do you have X-ray vision, Nadine? You don't look like you have the vantage point to look at it. I think you're lying. I think you're just getting really lucky.
Fraser, over here.
Don't tell me what to do. More treasure. There we go.
What do we have here? Incense? Or herbs?
Did you just say herbs? It's herbs. Jeez. Herbs. Hello. It's the horn of Helm Hammerhand.
Look at this.
It's a giant hookah.
It's incredible. It's an altar of some kind.
Looks like the king suffered dearly for their
I bought it and
people.
also bought Ford v Ferrari for $5. Dude, That's a bloody blogging.
They weren't just protecting the tusk. Historians believe that it was a symbol of power and dominance, but I reckon they misunderstood. It was a symbol of their people, their culture.
Is that on Apple? Curious if that deal's also on Voodoo.
Of them.
Or Prime.
So what are these?
And or Prime. Check them all, Israel. A lot of times streaming services like those, they have the same deals going at the same time a lot of the time. Like I've had 4V Ferrari for a while. We just added the digital copy that came with the physical one I bought, but yeah. It's very possible that deal's running in multiple places. Chloe's very sweaty.
My dad was here. Something big, all right. Why didn't that stupid bastard tell me?
You said it yourself. He wanted to keep you safe.
I can't let Asav get that tusk.
No. No, we can't.
Thank you.
Thank me after we get out of this alive.
Fair point.
Which animated Batman film is your favorite?
Don't forget Ganesh.
Oh. Glad I brought this.
Probably either Under the Red Hood or Mask of the Phantasm. If you asked me a couple years ago, I would have said Under the Red Hood, but the last time I watched Mask of the Phantasm, I was very impressed with how well written it is. That's a dang good movie.
Magnificent.
All this grandeur hidden away from the world.
Dark Knight Returns is obviously awesome as well. But I'd probably put that like a notch below.
Come on!
Yay.
It's deep enough!
Uh-oh. There we go. Also worth considering is Lego Batman, because Lego Batman's freaking hilarious. Hot take, but I think Bruce Greenwood is every bit as good a Batman voice actor as Conroy. I'd have to hear more of his stuff. I mean, Conroy just has such an extensive catalog to choose from, so I'm not gonna. It's hard for me to agree with that. Just the sample size just ain't nearly as big. Do it for the vine! Sea turtle.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Warner Brothers is pretty exceptional animation. Yeah, it's probably a completely separate department from their other ones. It's like one of the few things they have in some recent history done well. It's just about every other creative decision they make is utterly retarded. It's like, my gosh. I don't think there's a dumber studio out there outside of maybe Disney, though I'm not even sure Disney's as dumb as they are. Like, Disney is probably woker than they are, but I don't know about dumber. Disney obviously knows how to make some decisions that resonate. A lot of their live actions are good, but they've had more misses than hits recently. Warner Brothers, okay, but I'm talking about stupid, though. I'm not talking about necessarily quality, although their quality's been pathetic as of late. But their decision-making as a company, there's a long history of terrible decisions on that front. From how they transfer movies over into high definition, to, you know, canning movies that they've already spent all the money on, to the budgets they've put forth on some things, to their approach with the DC EU. I mean, Warner Brothers is just dumb decision after dumb decision.
Oh my god. What the hell? You're heading back in the game now? Oh, smarter.
What the heck? I already did this section. Are you gonna block my path this time? Are you gonna make something crumble and fall? Is that what this is gonna be? I feel like that was a hate crime. I think we should push Nadine off of a cliff also, but with no water.
Kind of a tight squeeze here. Oh, hello. Nice city you've got here.
No, but it's just not as stupid as Disney. On a business level, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Say what you will about Disney's quality, they still make decisions that... Okay, look, Lilo and Stitch is awful. It's not a stupid thing that they made it, clearly. Nice chitty you have. What's up, again, Whitey? As much as I despise Disney, they're still making money on a lot of stuff. Lilo and Stitch was clearly a smart move. They marketed it well. They merchandised well. They did a lot of stuff with it that was very, very wise. And they've got a lot of decisions they can still look at that way. I mean, I'm not saying they are smart on the whole, but they've made more recent intelligent decisions than Warner Brothers has. Warner Brothers is really freaking stupid. Like, Warner Brothers makes decisions a lot of time where it's just like, it's baffling how dumb they are.
What?
I mean, they are in a massive financial hole right now.
I wouldn't give her a towel.
And you know how you get into that massive a financial hole? By being stupid.
Oh my god. Are you seeing this? You know, at this point, I've run out of words. Holy goddamn shit. That's what?
No, they don't. That was stupid and lazy.
The throne room, place to hide a magnificent bejeweled tusk.
Let's hope so.
This is pretty freaking cool looking for real. Well, this has a better overall resume than Disney, arguably. But again, we're talking recent, we're not talking about movie quality. I mean, for crying out loud, it's like, why do you think Christopher Nolan stopped doing business with them? I mean, you had Christopher Nolan working with you. Arguably the most popular... He's basically the Spielberg of this particular era. And he hated working with them so much that he left. I watched the OG Lilo and Stitch. It was great, right? Got no luck there. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't describe Disney necessarily as stupid. At least not wholly stupid. I would say... I mean, they have plenty of dumb behind them, but I think it's more malicious than stupid. Now, granted, maliciousness leads to stupidity often, which is why they still make stupid decisions.
We'll have to find another way.
Like, I think Disney's a far dirtier company.
I just realized something. I think I know what it is. That we're gonna need that disc.
But Warner
soon.
Brothers is just really
Not much
freaking
we can
dumb.
do until we find a Sav, or until he finds us.
And it's, like I said, they've got a long history of dumb decisions.
See a way up? Looking.
More treasure. Hello. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is awesome. I loved it. And another company that's creeping their way up the dumb ladder is Lionsgate. Lionsgate, like, used to be a fairly admirable production company, and they've gotten really stupid as of late.
Nothing to climb this way.
Like, were they acquired by somebody and I just have forgotten about it?
The 3 points represent creation, preservation, and destruction. But
yeah, Lionsgate's gotten really dumb.
Yeah, that's what Shiva used to chop off Ganesha's human head. Ah, yeah.
It's funny because if you remember back to like where they kind of got their start, or like what put them on the map, you would think they'd have a little bit more, I guess, humility to them, but they certainly don't have that. A lot of people forget Lionsgate. You know what movie made Lionsgate? Saw. The Saw movies basically made Lionsgate, particularly the first one. What's happened with Lionsgate? Similarly, they're starting to make dumb decisions. They are increasingly unfriendly to content creators. Like, they're kind of taking the Warner Brothers approach, and they're very unfriendly when it comes to like copyright stuff, which is not smart. Like, for all the stupidity of Disney, Disney is not hard to get around copyright wise. I don't have a lot of trouble with their stuff. I mean, granted, it's part of that can be a popularity thing maybe, but even some popular creators I hear don't have a whole lot of problems with them. Miss Sparkles, how you doing? Good to see ya.
I'll give this a spin.
Lionsgate is owned by shareholders.
Hand is moving. Be more specific. Right hand. Lower.
I mean, that's true pretty much every public movie studio.
The statue's enormous. But I've just now noticed
or is it something a little bit more specific related to that?
Okay. Now what? Well, there's got to be more to this. Just need to figure out what it is.
What it is. Oh gosh. Little birdies.
Ah.
Oh dear.
There's another crank up ahead.
Got anything special planned for your stream tonight, Jacob? So obviously I figure you're going to celebrate your hitting 500 subs. Well done again. I mean, I know you're covering a couple episodes of X-Files, but...
I'm standing right here. I know.
Are you going to party? Back to horror and profit. I think morons don't get horror doesn't do $1 billion, but $100 million movie is a win. When the budget is $5 million. Oh yeah, absolutely. Waylon, what's going on?
Missing something here.
Wait a minute. Hey. Got no moon and I'm pooped. Well, at least you're done. At least you got it over with. You finished, you good. Vanguard owns the most shares in Lionsgate. Interesting. I don't know a ton about Vanguard. I am owned by Vanguard. Or am I?
No going back now.
Interesting, Waylon.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 Hang on! Oh, good suggestion. Ah, that was a close one. Nearly destroyed my pants. Wow. I can see my house from here.
That's the ladylike way of saying, I almost pooped myself. Whee! I think you should make Beard of Liberty shave.
Well, that's cool.
Then he could just be
I
like
did.
Chin of
I'll
Liberty.
be right down.
Like, we wouldn't want her to destroy her pants. Not in the sense she was saying. I don't want to see her poop herself. That's disgusting.
Slippery.
Mustache of Liberty. Yeah. Stash of Liberty. The statue of
Climb on this
Liberty.
side.
Oh. The Beard of Liberty covers the chin of
You can jump
injustice.
to the platform from here.
Warner Bros. And copyright blocked my Superman stream. Hoping tomorrow goes well. Should be able to bypass the censors for Superman 2. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us have our own Warner Brothers stories. I still think Enzo has us beat. Because they literally copyright struck him, or at least claimed his stream or whatever, over his Matrix stream, which was just stills, for crying out loud. And then obviously for me, they got me on
Okay.
my Harry Potter
I've got this
video.
one.
That was insane.
Bringing down Shiva's drum. Uh-oh. This one's like the trident. Time to move. Come on, jump to the drum. Thought it was an hourglass. It's an hourglass-shaped drum.
It's a drum-shaped hourglass.
Oh shit, here we go. Hang on. And now we turn the water on for this side.
Hooray for water. Alright.
Oh, shall we? Is that it? We'll find out in a moment.
Brucara Roja. We meet again. Everything is funnier in Kim Jong-un voice.
That sounds promising.
Oh, snap.
The light is shining on that statue across the way.
Welcome to Broadsport.
Guess we're not done. When the Hoysala want to protect something, they don't do it halfway. Come on. Now, what's all this then? Ah, here we go.
Felt bad for the fella who got punched. Who got his dumplings punched.
It's prison.
I didn't. For all I know, he deserved it. It's kind of hard to follow where I'm shining this thing. Is that anything?
You were right. Of course I was. About what? What you said. Back in that place with all the statues and axes. Things always come in threes. 3 points of a trident. The light split into 3 beams. Huh. Not off to a great start. Hold on. I've got an idea. What are you doing? Improvising. Hang on. You got that? Yeah. There. You make a phenomenal statue. Get over there. This thing's heavy. Right. Careful. That ledge doesn't look sturdy. Copy that.
Your mom doesn't look sturdy. Battle of De Niro in 95. Heat or Casino? Heat. Love Casino, but Heat. Heat is... ugh. Heat's glorious.
Really? Really?
He's too broke to pay for his own wedding. How freaking much is his wedding? I feel like Heat would be your top 90s film? No. No. It's up there. It's one of my top 90s films, but it's not the top 90s film. The Fugitive came out that year. The Truman Show came out that year. Pulp Fiction came out that year. Jackie Brown came out that year. So I've got a few 90s movies that would be up there with Heat. Okay, so I guess this is turned the right way then? Okay, so we go over there then. We go over here then.
That's
Yeah,
not right.
90s is definitely stacked. Alright, so... that beam is there.
Look up. The statue's not the one. Ah, right. Okay, can you be a statue again?
liking Lost Legacy so far. I think it's pretty cool. I dig it.
Yeah. Now we tend to the other two.
Ow.
Got it.
Ta-da. Excuse me, Daydune. Why did you stop being a statue? That's not allowed. Go be a bloody statue. Yeah, Israel was telling me that, you know, it's like they fired Thibodeau. I was like, why? He's not your problem. He's seriously not the problem here. Okay. Hold it up!
Okay, that did something. So I can put this down? No, wait for it.
They are. They don't know what to do when they have a good season. They don't know how to build on it.
Hold still for just a sec.
It's like, we didn't win a title. That's a problem. How do we fix it? It's like,
All
well,
this water.
you obviously have things you need
It's a
to
cleansing ritual.
fix, but
Oh, you can put down the mirror now. Shit. They found us. Get ready. Shit.
ow!
Oh, no. Get up here. Good, got enough. Go.
Ow.
Need the disc. Bastard.
I'm coming for you.
Yay!
Get out of here. We need the disc. Priorities.
Next, don't get Mike Malone. Oh, it's stupid. He's definitely a good candidate. I'm curious where Giannis and KD are going to end up, personally. Oh snap, we got a sniper rifle. Maybe we should go after Giannis. I don't think they can afford Giannis. I don't think they have anywhere near the cap room for him. Now, Giannis is going to end up somewhere like I've heard Golden State's a possibility, I've heard Miami's a possibility, I've heard Toronto's a possibility. I've heard a little bit about Denver being possible, but I think Giannis, from what I'm hearing, Giannis wants to stay in the East. Next game, well, I'll probably... The most direct thing I'll do is after this, I'll probably want to finish Faith. But then after that, I'll probably start with something I can platinum. I'm wanting to do a bit of a focus on like kind of platinum games. Yeah, I don't think Giannis is going to the West unless he's going to like a ready-made winner. But we'll see. I think in all likelihood though he'll still be in the East. Tell you one team he could go. I mean, I don't know what their cap situation's like, but I'd be curious if after this year if how much room Indiana has, if any. And what Indiana just pulled off this year, they're obviously not gonna. I mean, they're not gonna beat Oklahoma City in all likelihood, but add Giannis to the mix. Mm-hmm. Where'd this guy come from?
Oh, shit, Chloe!
Alright, so we gotta account for Big in there. This bloody shotgun, huh? OKC beat Indiana twice this year, once without a true center. J-Dub playing center. I think Indy will steal at least one game though. Yeah, I have OKC in like 5. I don't think regular season really is an indicator, but
Keep moving forward!
I do think, yeah, I think it'll be like a 5-game series. Got it. Gotcha. Yeah, and the scary thing is, OKC has like money and draft capital still. Like they have built that team from the ground up. And benefited from what in hindsight might be like the most lopsided trade in NBA history. The trade that with the Clippers that got them SGA, that could go down as the most lopsided trade in NBA history. Because they got him in a deal for Paul George, and they got like a ton. Yeah, and like I said, they got a ton of draft capital, and they know how to draft.
You had me worried. Come, it's time for a reunion. He wouldn't give you up, despite my efforts to persuade him.
Sam!
Jesus.
Hey, you made it.
Dude.
It's alright. He is like a girl.
They made it here. They are set for future. Yeah.
How about we get these cuffs?
Rockets are another team that could go after Giannis, by the way. Lots of capital there.
What the hell is she doing here?
I don't think they're championship ready, though.
Yeah.
I must admit, you are quite the schemer.
I agree, Waylon.
First you steal my disc, then you have your expert run me around in circles, huh? That's clever. Perhaps there's a little Indian blood in you after all.
What are you saying about Indians, dude?
Sure. I'll take the credit.
Well, let's finish what we started.
Alright.
Wonder how close I am to the end. Even when they make mistakes, it's hard to say they didn't have their reasons. Yeah.
So, Nadine Moss.
Don't talk to me.
I was gonna say, you look good.
Was I not clear? What's that smell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't exactly had access to running water and soap recently. All the people you could have brought with you.
She saved my ass more than once, you know.
You do remember that she also tried to kill Nathan and I many, many times.
And to be fair,
Showcase team is one of the greatest ever already.
Her.
No, they need to win first.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
And they need to win a lot.
That the second we turn our backs,
I'm not going to give them
will
that
be a
distinction till I see them win
I can hear
at
it
least a
from what you're
couple.
saying.
I know.
I trust her.
You know what? Fine. I guess I'm just a little bit hurt that we
That's
are
what
walking
she did.
away with nothing. But I guess you know what that's like, right?
Alright, single season. Again, they gotta win.
Oh, my...
Real classy, thank you.
Time and place, children.
More where that came from.
Bike racks after school.
Just hurry up.
Like, I'll be honest, like, though Jokic getting 7 games out of that team against OKC, that's an achievement as far as I'm concerned. That was good dialogue.
That's ominous.
Hey, Waylon, how close am I to the end?
It appears the Kings have one final test.
Looks like you won't be needing us, though, so we'll just be on our
On the
way.
contrary. Surely you know the story.
That's what it's like. I'd love to see
see,
Giannis go to Denver for crying out loud.
Shiva gave Parashuram the mighty axe that struck Ganesh in the face,
Team
bringing
up with
Shiva's
Jokic.
son, one of the greatest of the gods, to his knees. Another casualty of war.
Don't.
Seriously, Chloe, he's just gonna kill.
He's right. But if you refuse,
That's a couple of guys.
you watch them die, inch by inch.
All right!
My gosh.
Chloe, don't!
So it looks like this stream and maybe one more.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Yeah, him to the Spurs would be interesting. I'd be curious to see what they'd have to give up to get him, though. I mean, obviously they're not going to give up Wembanyama, however you pronounce his name. Wemby looks pretty dang good.
Shiva and Parashurama.
The 2014 Spurs are one of the greatest teams. First single season? Yeah.
Parashurama and Ganesh. What now?
I don't know, Waylon. They took him to 7 games. If they actually had, I don't know about
Nothing over
one
here.
defensive player, but I was more thinking one good player, like a star level player. I mean, Jokic is playing literally with 0 all-stars. That's one thing people forget. Murray's not an all-star. Never has been. Not once.
Chloe, don't you give this schmuck what he wants.
Quiet.
Let's see. No, I mean, they did, but there was also close games before that, Waylon. Keep that in mind. There were games before that first one, or before the other ones that they could have won, potentially. Might not have gone 7 games. I mean, it's hard to say in hindsight what would have happened with this or that.
Testing my
whatever, but-
patience.
Piss off, you're not doing nothing. I don't think Murray's an all-star even if he tries. I do think he tries. I don't think he's an all-star. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he's a great one, and he never has been. Okay. Let's see. Get that there. That was a different era, though. Okay, here we go. Shock Doc Rivers. They actually think Doc Rivers is going to help encourage him to stay, and I'm like, do you all not get that Doc Rivers is not a good coach? Do y'all seriously not understand that? He's part of the problem. Doc Rivers is like legitimately awful. Yeah, a team that literally he underachieved with. Like, that's the funny thing, is he actually underachieved with them. He actually, a lot of people forget, and I've told Israel this before, he came awfully close to blowing that series against the Lakers. I agree. The one where they beat Kobe and was it Kobe and Shaq they beat, or was it before that? Kobe and Powell, yeah. ...2008 finals, the one that the Celtics beat the Lakers, I think, went 6. It was the one that the Lakers beat the Celtics that went 7. like puzzles like this. They're annoying. I probably should stop chatting.
He's yielding.
It's going to fall.
Quiet!
Ganesh, quite an obstacle you've placed in my path.
Open your mind. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Shut up and watch. He yielded.
Huh?
Are you all right?
Yeah. That was unexpected.
Holy shit, she's got balls, huh?
Nope.
I don't understand.
It's an idiot.
That's because you've got it all twisted, my friend. Ganesh allowed himself to be struck by the axe.
That makes no sense.
Not to a selfish prick, no. See, Ganesh could have defeated Parashurama easily. But if he had, that would have made Shiva's axe look weak, powerless.
Ganesh sacrificed himself to preserve his father's honor.
See, even she gets it, not a drop of Indian blood in her.
Magnificent,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh, what? Nothing to say now?
I'm still unclear
Well,
what
if you
that thing
like, I can
does.
tell you where to stick it.
Well, my friends, I would love to kill you myself, but we must not anger the gods, for you have brought me a great fortune.
Okay,
Seriously?
then what are you doing?
You're going to flood the chamber.
I will miss you.
Come on, is this really necessary?
I kind of
Nothing
agree.
is ever
You should
truly
just kill
destroyed.
them.
Only purified and reborn.
Just shoot us and get it over with.
Right?
As the water fills your lungs, you will have time to reflect on the choices that brought you here. Perhaps in your next lives, you will fare better.
Prick.
I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot of regrets swimming around in my head right now.
Tell me about it. I was really looking forward to kicking your ass again.
Hey, you know, I'm not exactly thrilled about drowning next to you either.
Could you give it a rest, guys? I'm trying to concentrate.
She does have the lockpick.
What are you doing? A little preparation goes a long way.
Haha, yes!
Got it. Hold on.
Super Team roster builder himself. Be the Stole. Dennis Rodman from the Pistons? Well, if they think that, they're retarded because Dennis Rodman wasn't on the Pistons when, before he went to the Bulls. He was on the Spurs.
Coming. Damn it. Ladies first.
Chloe, dear, not to rush you, but would you please hurry the hell up?
Take a deep breath.
Oh wow, that's a long way up. I'm pretty sure they would be dead at this point. That's a long time to have to hold your breath. Ow! I died. We did it.
Everyone good?
No waterlogged.
Doing great. I gotta quit smoking.
Down! Think they saw us?
Let's hope not.
How the hell did Asaf get that helicopter?
Maybe it's the buyers.
What do you mean?
Still heard Asaf talking about.
Also, Jordan didn't like.
End of the old
He didn't
man,
go
that's
behind
what
anyone's back and
Honestly.
recruit Rodman.
He's selling the tusk.
So much for preserving his culture.
Hey, just a second.
But yeah, Rodman was like a cast off from the Spurs. And he was like in his mid-30s at the time, so... It's so funny, those same people will say, well, he didn't beat the Pistons till they were old, when like their oldest player was
No,
like
we
31.
No.
But no, several
If we
years
hurry,
later,
we can
oh, well,
intercept them
Rodman,
before they
that's
make the
prime. Please.
Huh. And there's our ride.
Oh wait, we don't even get to shoot him?
These are nice.
There. Railroad tracks.
Stop here.
Blow up the bridge.
Asaf will have lookouts throughout the area. Best store on the side of caution.
Right.
Better on the side of caution.
You're welcome to stay behind.
I'm
if you
just
like.
saying.
All right.
maybe.
Less talking, more walking.
Yeah.
So all that time in Asaf's care and you couldn't get any intel on the buyers?
Well, I tried. Asaf the Cajun. Almost never talk shop in front of him.
Partners.
Hey, he trusted me enough to believe I was an expert in all this voice solid.
Voice the law.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's just people say that who don't know they don't know anything
By the
about
way-
history.
Thanks for keeping him busy for us.
Yeah. No, I wanted to buy you some time in case you were coming to get me.
Of course we were.
Seriously, thanks. I really thought I was a goner.
I wouldn't let that happen. Your brother would never let me hear the end of it. Found the train tracks? Sort of. Kind of a shock seeing all these modern structures after Hoysala ruins.
Well, it's either British or Portuguese.
The only reason they're able to hold that against them is because, for one thing, because here's the thing, MJ fans don't claim that the Bulls weren't a good team without him. We do. It's like, we agree with that claim. But simultaneously, it's like, part of the reason LeBron's teams fell apart when he left is because it wasn't just him that left. LeBron wasn't often the only player gone.
We are not on a first name basis.
Okay, fine.
Those were usually like organizations that were just
What'd you do?
A, not well run, and B, it's like they were losing coaches and players and stuff like that. There was a lot more to it. There's a lot more movement in LeBron's day that accounts for why a team falls apart without a superstar.
Tread along incessantly.
And plus,
This
and
way.
this,
Copy that.
and this should not go unsaid, the Eastern Conference in LeBron's time, the only reason he got to the finals with them in the first place so often was
help?
because of
No
how
problem.
horrible the conference was. The East was a joke during pretty much LeBron's entire stint when he was making the finals over and over.
Much obliged.
Wow.
That's why they can't name any of the teams during that 8-year stint where he made the finals over and over through the years. That's why they can't name any of the teams he beat. It's like the Bulls, it's like, yeah, they lost Jordan. They basically they went from a dynasty team to a team that couldn't get to the finals. That doesn't change the fact that they pretty much had every other player from that time. So of course they were still good. Exactly, Waylon. The same stupid argument people make for why Tom Brady is the AFC East and the AFC overall was weak. Okay, they might be able to get away with the AFC East was weak. The problem is that you can look up the records of various conferences and find that that's an overstated argument, and the AFC being weak is just fundamentally untrue. It's like he did run into Peyton Manning very, very often.
Dad, where are you?
I mean, the reality is, like, number one, they're two different sports, but also it's like the argument just doesn't hold any water against Brady. It's like you look at the history of people he was beating. It's like Brady was beating a lot of good players and a lot of good teams. But also, again, it's like the NFL. It's like it's just that defense.
I never joke.
Or that argument against Brady doesn't hold because it's like it's the freaking NFL. You're one and done still. I honestly don't care even if... I mean, granted, this isn't true, but... That's actually a better argument against Joe Montana than Tom Brady. Because Montana wasn't beating, like, teams with great quarterbacks to get to the Super Bowl. I don't even think he beat a great quarterback in the Super Bowl. I think the best quarterback he beat was Boomer Esiason. I guess he beat John Elway early in his career, but... So?
Nadine, see if there's something up there we can use.
I didn't do it.
No, we're good. Come on, China, I'll give you a boost.
Right.
Well, it's not holding it against him, it's contextualizing his accomplishment. It has nothing to do with holding it against him. Best quarterback Montana beat was Marino. Yeah, I mean, and again, he beat Marino early. He beat Marino like in his first or second year.
Nice.
Got it.
Come on up. Go ahead, Sam.
So it's like he beat a really young Marino, a really young John Elway, and Boomer Esiason. That's who he beat.
Right.
Who did he beat in the NFC?
I wouldn't really leave him.
Yeah, well, play nicer.
Sam?
Yeah, I was like, I knew it was like first year or second year. Yeah. Oh, jeez, I didn't mean to jump. I'm trying to jump.
Chloe!
Anyway, no biggie. But, yeah, that's a stupid argument against Brady.
Sam, see your way forward?
Yeah, sorta. We'll definitely need your grappling hooks.
Okie doke. On my way.
Yeah, I mean, and people forget that 49ers team was freaking stacked.
Shit! Oh,
And I've pointed this out before. Israel knows this from how many times I've stated it, but
I've a better idea.
everyone always likes to say, it's like, well, Brady played with a lot of great defenses. It's like, go check Montana's playoff record with top 10 defenses. All of his playoff wins except for one
Me first, though.
had him with a top 10 defense. The only playoff win he has without a top 10 defense was the one playoff win he got in Kansas City. That was it. That was literally it. All 15 of his San Francisco playoff wins, they had a top 10 defense. They were stacked every year. Offense and defense.
I take it she's going
Brady went
first.
to a Super Bowl with a couple of... He's been to Super Bowls with bad defenses
Why don't you go
before.
ahead? Leave the rope for me.
A lot of people forget that second one against the Giants, that was an awful defense
Next time,
that he carried to
bring
the
your own
Super
bloody
Bowl.
rope.
Heads up.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great win, Israel. I'm just saying it's like context. It matters. It's like if you're going to like, I'm not saying it's not a great win. I'm using their argument against them, and I have like if you're going to use that argument against Brady, it holds even truer to someone like Montana. I don't agree with their standard to begin with. Now LeBron going to 8 straight finals in a very weak East, I'm like, that's a
Well,
That's a good argument, because it's true.
Wait.
It's very true.
Some guy doesn't do things halfway.
It's not LeBron's fault the East was weak, but it's still the truth.
Son of a bitch.
Sean, what the hell are they doing there? We got rid of all these
Hey, Sam.
insane.
Hey. You cool?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Because I need you to be cool.
I'm cool.
All right, ladies, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the guy on the right. You two go ahead and just...
She said she was cool!
Nadine, what the heck? Idiot. What the heck did you do that for?
Yeah, don't
I
stop.
have a gun. I was like, oh, I don't have a gun. That's not good. Yeah. Narrator, she was not cool. That looked unlikely.
Reinforcements inbound!
Okay.
Chloe!
Okay. I do think that there are some legitimate grievances from LeBron fans. While his second tenure in Cleveland was with a pretty dang good team, nobody could have beaten those Warriors at those times. Well, again though, you still have to apply context to the win against the Warriors. They don't win that series if Draymond doesn't get that play upgraded to a flagrant and thereby getting him suspended. They don't win that series if that doesn't happen. It's still a great achievement. I can't take away from, like, coming back from 3-1 is hard. It's really freaking hard. But what's funny to me though is they will even exaggerate that accomplishment because they'll say LeBron beat the Warriors dynasty, and I'm like, no, he didn't. He did not beat the Warriors dynasty. The Warriors were not a dynasty until Kevin Durant came in. He didn't beat Kevin Durant's Warriors. That didn't happen. So even then, they'll lie.
Not my first rodeo, love.
Draymond deserved that flagrant, and I'm not one to defend him. He was doing that crap all playoffs, and I was pissed. My problem is that they upgraded it outside of the game. That, if I'm the NBA, I'm not getting in the way. If I'm the NBA, it's like, you know what, we're going to defer to the officials. We're not going to get ourselves involved. If the officials didn't call it in game, I would stick with their judgment. I think that completely changed it. But here's the funny thing, though. The bigger problem, even I would argue, with that series wasn't even just Draymond's injury, or Draymond getting suspended. Andrew Bogut's injury was huge in that series. I actually think that played as big, if not a bigger role, because before his injury, LeBron was not doing anything much on the inside. And when Bogut got hurt, they lost their rim protector, and that's when LeBron really started to go inside and dominate. If he doesn't get hurt, they ain't winning. His injury is kind of the overlooked thing in that series. I was saying that, like, it's a great accomplishment, don't get me wrong, but that accomplishment doesn't happen if a lot of good fortune doesn't come Cleveland's way. It just doesn't happen. But regardless, LeBron did not beat the Warriors dynasty. That's not what happened. Ooh, this guy's fun. That's a fun gun. I like fun guns.
Damn it!
It's a pistole. Oh, Montana's phenomenal. Of course she is. Like I said, I'm not making arguments against Montana. I'm engaging idiots by their stupid standards. They're not standards I agree with. Montana is a top 2, 3, 4 quarterback of all time, however you swing it. I mean, in terms of greatness, I would still put him number 2 in terms of overall greatness. Skill level, I'd probably go 4th.
Maybe,
But,
maybe not. Let's go see.
I mean, he's the 2nd greatest quarterback of all time.
You all right? Yeah.
4th in terms of, yeah, I mean, in terms of skill, yeah, I do think Mahomes is a more skilled quarterback overall. Though he's not as good a Super Bowl performer. That's obviously true. Same with Peyton Manning, more skilled, not nearly as good a playoff performer. And that's part of why Montana goes ahead of them in terms of greatness, is because he's the ultimate Super Bowl performer. Like, he's the ultimate Super Bowl performer. I agree he can't read defenses, but that's obviously not the only skill. There's a bevy of skills, and Mahomes has more skill in various... I'm not saying he's better at literally every single thing, but that's, reading defenses, that's one thing. Underrated because of how talented those teams were. Well, that and Aikman statistically was nothing special. Like, Aikman, honestly, if he doesn't win Super Bowls, he's probably not viewed as a great quarterback. Now, that's not to say he wasn't capable of good numbers, but we never really got to see him outside of it. He might very well have been, like, much greater than we realized, but the numbers don't bear it out. That's why a lot of people just kind of look at him like... Not necessarily that he was along for the ride, but that he was just a piece of a larger whole, I guess. Because, I mean, the star of that team was Emmitt Smith.
I think we can squeeze through here. Give me a hand. Coming. Fraser, you go first. Thanks. Good. We're nearly to the rail yard. Shouldn't be long now.
We're finding these skills that have a lot of meanings. Well, that's because there are a lot of skills. That's kind of the point. There's, like, how good your arm is, how accurate you are, how accurate you are. There's durability. There's, mobility in the pocket. By the way, all of those things I'm mentioning, just about pretty much all of those go in Mahomes' favor. Oh dear. And I would say this, Montana had played with better teams than, better overall teams than Mahomes even had. Mahomes had some pretty dang good teams, don't get me wrong, but none of them were, on San Francisco's level. Brady certainly never had a team like San Francisco's, other than maybe the 07 team. That was 1 year. And I think if he had been able to play with them in 2008, he would have won.
Is that trip really necessary? Okay. Now then, nearly to the rail yard.
Certainly never had a Jerry Rice. Neither.
God's balls, she's alive! Nadine, she's over here!
Are you alright down there?
Well, this is why I'm
fine,
saying,
it's
in
not
terms
maybe
of greatness,
pictures on
Montana's
walls. Where are you?
Montana's the greater quarterback. He's the greater quarterback. That's inarguable.
Fraser, we'll find something you can hook your rope to.
Ah, sounds like a plan.
The thing, though, with Peyton Manning that gets lost so often, though, like, I know Peyton had some rough playoff performances,
God's balls,
but part of the reason is because he was expected to carry his teams almost by himself on offense, because Peyton's defenses sucked. Peyton almost never had good defenses.
Are you alright down there?
That's why
No, it's fine. It's just that
I
maybe
think
picture
Peyton
God's balls.
almost
Where are you?
gets underrated as far as it's like. I know he's not a great playoff performer
Ah, sounds like a plan.
compared to some of these others, but there's a reason for why he ended up making a lot of mistakes. Is because dude was asked to shoulder kind of the whole thing.
Brace it against that strut.
Doing it. There. Okay. Come on up.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I don't think it's offset at all. I don't in football. I don't think you can offset bad defenses with good offense.
Jesus.
I don't think you can make that argument, because that's why the vast majority of Super Bowl winners have top 10 defenses. So no, I don't think those offset. The vast majority of Super Bowl teams have both.
Well, it looks sturdy enough.
That's a fact. Most Super Bowl teams are top 10 offense and defense. If you lose one, then you're probably not going to win the Super Bowl. The fact that Manning he won a Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure, without a top 10 defense. I think the one he got against Chicago was without a top 10 defense, and I think at least one of the ones he got to where he lost, maybe two of them were without top 10 defenses. So, no, I don't think having a good offense offsets that. No. You need both. Generally, you need both. So if you win the Super Bowl without a good defense, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Stuck. Lend me a hand?
Sure.
I meant Sam. He's the guy. Alright. Push!
Hey, you know, this might actually work.
You know, you
By the
could
way,
have-
I'm not saying this would put Manning ahead of Montana or anything. I'm just saying that, you know, like with everything, it's like context matters. And I think
Yeah.
when people just offhandedly say, well, Manning sucked in the playoffs, I'm like, that's, number one, it's not true even without the... It's not actually true anyway. He does have 2 Super Bowl wins, so he doesn't suck in the postseason, but part of the reason for the underperformance is the lack of help.
Sam, bet you're tall enough to get that ladder. Come on, I'll boost you up.
I'll give you a hand.
And it didn't help also that you're playing against the Patriots a lot of those years too, and the Patriots were just so freaking good.
Ready when you are.
Peyton was better at reading teams than Brady.
Have you ever...
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's just not true.
Any spare
Yeah,
ladders up there
I
by
agree
any
with you. It's
chance,
like, if
Sam?
you want to really hold something against Manning, him being a control freak is definitely one of those things. Now, granted,
Days, hasn't it?
like, I don't know if Manning ever had a coach he meshed with as well as Brady meshed with Belichick,
I wasn't sure if I could trust you either. Had to
But-
test you a little bit.
still.
That include making me wait 2 hours in the war zone for you? Certainly tested my patience.
See, in that instance, I was just straight up Naomi. There was this little girl in the market who sold me a scarf. She wouldn't take no for an answer.
Likely story.
A likely story.
Hey, you two head back to the tracks. I found something here that'll work.
Yep, coming.
Okay then.
Okay,
But yeah,
Sam.
no, there has never been a better pre-snap quarterback than Tom
Of course
Brady.
he did.
Like, honestly,
Push it down.
I'm not sure it's really even that close.
Oh,
Pre-snap,
right,
Brady
good
is
point.
pretty untouchable. Okay, I'm like, dude, that isn't necessarily as big of an accomplishment as you make it out to be. If Manning had Jimmy Johnson, can you imagine the hell they would have raised? Yeah, that's... Yeah, if he had someone like a Jimmy Johnson, that would have been pretty big. Okay, so I think we have to take that.
We'll meet you halfway.
There you go. That's using the old noodle.
The what?
It's the noodle. It's a saying, as in your brain.
That is not what I pictured.
It was a compliment, for Christ's sakes.
Does Nadine seriously not know the noodle idiom? There's a reason it's called the noodle, too. The brain will unravel like a noodle. Don't believe me? Eat an animal brain. Like a duck's.
There we go. Old switcheroo.
What's a stat whore himself, to be honest? I mean, he wasn't nearly as bad as Drew Brees.
Gosh, great down there.
I think for the most part, I wouldn't call him a stat whore until he got to Denver. Maybe then. But like I said, I think a lot of his stat stuff was because he was on a team where he needed to put up stats. With the exception to the rule about having a good defense and offense. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's exceptions. There's exceptions here and there for both. But think about what the Ravens were. I mean, it wasn't just... The reason they could be an exception is because they were possibly the greatest defense we've ever seen. I would probably put them second behind the Bears, but...
Your turn, Miss Ross.
They had a historically great defense.
It's professional courtesy.
In that case.
Which always helps.
I can't do that.
I'd be curious where the Bears during the mid-'80s, where they ranked the year they won the Super Bowl when they had the best defense. Like, I seem to recall they had a decent offense. Like, maybe not spectacular, but it might have still been top 10. But I'm not sure.
Nearly there.
This
Sam.
may never happen again with the way the game is today. You need a great coach. I mean, yeah, you would have to basically build them really young. For your team, had Shannon Sharp. Well, yeah, they had Shannon Sharp, but they had Trent Dilfer. So they're still not. They were still. I'm fairly certain they were still a sub top 10 offense. Waylon, what I'm mostly talking about as far as I'm talking specifically where you rank points per game. The vast majority of Super Bowl winners are top 10, both offense and defense, in terms of points per game. Like, I think all but like 9 of them, I think, at this point. Like, I think the Chiefs were the most recent one to win without a top 10 defense. Which, by the way, that's why I do give Mahomes a good bit of credit, because I'm pretty sure he has 2 Super Bowls now without a top 10 defense. Technically. It's at least 1, but I think he might have 2 now.
Never mind the crate. Where's the tusk?
Well,
now, granted, they weren't bad defenses either, but they were just sub-top 10.
Who? My former lieutenant.
I remember this guy.
I'm pretty sure Manning has one with a defense that ranked like in the 20s somewhere.
Right. She gets it.
Okay, well, the deal's done. Your boy Orca has the tusk.
Let's go relieve him of it.
Hey, whoa, wait. We got a plan, guys. Like I said, there's over a couple dozen guys in there.
Relax. You'll live longer.
I am so proud.
What just happened?
Safety's off, chappies. No word from our lookouts, so we're on clean up. Take extra care with Miss Ross.
Wait, they're aware that Ross is alive?
Oh, great.
Well, wait, I guess of course they would be. I've just shot a bunch of guys. What am I talking about?
No.
I'm thinking back to when they almost got killed. Duh. I'm an idiot. Brees won his Super Bowl with a bottom half-ranked defense against Manning. Just something, yeah. I'm curious where Indy's defense would have ranked that year. But yeah, the Brees Super Bowl was pretty big. But he just had the 1, too, so... And speaking of stat whoring, I mean, Brees was kind of the poster child for stat whoring. I mean, don't get me wrong. Actually, I'm a big fan of Drew Brees. I actually think one of the dumbest decisions in NFL history was San Diego trading him. I thought them trading. I know they had Phillip Rivers, but I was like, Drew. I mean, when you saw like he had the one really good season with the Chargers, a lot of people forget about. I really thought the Chargers should have kept Drew Brees and traded Phillip Rivers once they saw what they had. So Plaxico G-Men were rolling through the league when they were 10-1 before his incident. Yeah, but before that, they looked like they had a chance to repeat. What if that hadn't happened?
Oh, great.
And if Brady hadn't got... Now, granted, I am very much of the mind that lightning would not have struck twice regardless. I think if Brady doesn't get hurt in 2008, they're winning the Super Bowl.
Let's bring that sucker down.
They wouldn't have been undefeated again, but I have a hard time believing they're not going to win the Super Bowl. They went 11-5 without Brady, which everyone likes to bring up as something against him. I was like, guys, they went 16-0 the year before. That's not that hard to believe. They did miss the playoffs, just saying. But put Brady on that team, holy freaking crap. Oh. That negates the silent pistol. Go ahead and kill me. It would have been. But yeah, because if you look at the teams that ended up making it that year to like playoffs, Super Bowl, assuming that New England's a 1 seed, which I think that's a fair assumption to make. They're 11-5 without Brady. Hard to believe they wouldn't be a 1 seed. But if you look at the teams that made the playoffs, who got where, I actually think New England would have mowed their way through everybody. I actually think that would have been the easiest Super Bowl of Brady's career. Got him. Okay, let's put this silent pistol to use.
It's awfully quiet down there. What's happening?
One of out! Down!
Look alive, people. Everyone's...
Yeah. Got him. It's orange. It's gourd colored. It's beautiful. I know what this is for. This is for when time to take out that heckalopter. It's a snipple. Bloody fun. Oh jeez. Oh gosh, where'd he come from? People say Breeze is better than Rodgers. I think it's relative to what we expected of them. Like, it is wild that Rodgers only has 1 Super Bowl. That's kind of crazy that he's only going to end his career with 1. I expected him to get 2 or 3 minimum. He's literally going to end his career with 1. Kind of insane. Oh jeez. Oh, this is a helicopter. Let's take care of our friends first. Okay, got him. Could you come back out here, please? Whoa, what the crap? Where'd you come from? Back to not being able to see me. Okay. No, you didn't. You didn't see anything.
Fraser, shotgun.
I got nothing. Any clues?
Nothing here.
Go check over there. Look this side.
Be careful.
What the hell's going on down there?
Guy down over here.
What is going on down there?
Search the area.
Oh, hello. Goodbye. I wonder if I can sneakily shoot that thing down with an RPG. Get to the chopper! Oh, come on, that thing's still alive? What the frack? That's a very neat other one. Bloody hell. Oh dear, oh dear. This isn't Black Hawk Down. Oh no. Well, now it's hit, but it doesn't see me. Which is weird. Weird. There's a guy up there with an RPG. An RPG. Do you rank Larry Bird ahead of LeBron? Not if I wanted to win. But overall, no, I probably wouldn't.
Hold still, would you? Got one for you, Chloe.
Jeez, this is no good spot. Oh, hello. Hello there. Pick it! Pick it! Too many bullets.
Anyone see them?
There we go. I'll take it. That's the sniper.
Shall we get a battle on them?
Bird was unbelievable. Like Bird, I'll say this. Part of the only reason that I won't rank that. The only reason I would say LeBron goes ahead of Bird ultimately though is Bird's career was kind of short. If Bird doesn't get hurt, his career goes down as greater than LeBron's, I think. A lot of his career was cut short by injury. He only lasted like 11 years, I think. Can y'all cover me? That would help. That would help a ton.
No explosives
Oh, for
here.
heaven's sake. That's all I... Oh, rocket launcher there! Come on.
I bet we could hook our ropes onto the helicopter. You think that's safe? Of course not.
Alright, Jacob, you have a good one. Why would we do that, though? I agree. Bird was a freaking wizard with the basketball. Kind of part of the reason I'm rooting for Nikola Jokic is he's kind of a similarly, like, hyper-intelligent basketball player who just makes the right play over and over again. Part of why I like him so much. There we go. Come on. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're in trouble. Oh, no. At least I ended up in the water. That was good. Yeah, we're dropping the pretense of the silent thing, or the, yeah, being all hidden and whatnot. It's like, nope, you ain't hidden now. He won his 7th year, not his 8th. He was in his 7th year when they won. But, actually, I don't think LeBron won until his 8th year. Funny enough. Which, so, I don't know how you can hold that against him if you're... I mean, it took LeBron as long or longer. So, it's like, what's the argument there? Gotcha. Yeah, Jordan won in year 7. I have no idea. I don't keep up with the NBA enough to know. Something like that, I think.
You think that's safe? Of course not! Come on!
Desert Eagle. Very nice. I'll take it. Chaos. Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
On the other side. There we go. He was on the other side, at least. Who cares?
Let's do it.
Why does that even matter? Just gotta thin the herd. Which we might have already thinned it. Still, we need an RPG. We need an RPG. Nope.
They see us. Here goes nothing. Oh!
Okay, let's try it this way. Why not?
Here we go. Ready?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Ow. Well, that's a fun way to do it. It's alive?
Don't!
Just shoot him.
Ma'am. You're looking well.
What the hell have you done with my company?
Made it profitable, for starters.
I think that was a rhetorical question, love.
I should have shot you back on that godforsaken island.
I wish you had. It would have spared us the sight of watching you turn tail and run.
Alright, just hash your shit out on your own time, okay? Tusk, please.
You two. Partners.
Yeah,
Either
really.
You've got a piss-poor memory, or you're even more desperate than I thought.
Jeez, I'm just getting it from all sides today, aren't I?
I'm not the one reduced to hustling weapons to ragtag insurgents.
Ah, there it is, eh? There it is. Always thinking too small. You really think I would have traded this in exchange for munitions?
I don't give a shit. Hand over the tusk.
Pals, pals. You're gonna miss the fireworks, man.
Oh, for crying out loud, shoot him.
I won't ask twice.
You've asked a few times already.
Cats.
Gun! Nice shot.
Thanks.
And he just saved your life.
Why you
Get the hell off me.
Yep. Alright.
He saved your life. Just saying. If you're brave enough... Never mind.
Mind if... See that first? Hi, a third of that is mine as well?
You're splitting Chloe's share.
Okay. I know you're new to this, but that's not exactly how it works.
Consider it a service charge.
He saved
It's a
your
bomb.
life.
What?
Sav traded the tusk for a bomb.
Fireworks.
This is big.
Yeah. Those tracks run right through the city. Through the market.
So we'll find the nearest town. Notify the authorities.
It'll be too late. If that goes off, it'll kill thousands.
And that is a terrible shame. But we did get what we came for.
What? You are not seriously going after that train. Okay, fine. Fine, you have a plan?
Doesn't seem to be much of a requirement in this organization.
Are you really going to let her do this?
No, I mean, she's got a valid point. Shit, I don't know, okay?
This is not our fight. You said so yourself. Even if you catch that train, what happens? Disarming the bomb is impossible.
You're right.
Good. Good, so we'll call the authorities
This
and...
isn't our fight. It's my fight. That bomb detonates in the city. It'll spark civil war. I can't walk away. I'm tired of walking away.
You'll
Yeah,
die.
it's like... Yeah, it's almost like she learned something in Uncharted 2.
Hey. Save my share of the tusk. Okay? Just in case, right?
What, you're not gonna leave me back there with her?
Out!
No!
I call shotgun.
He came in second. He came here before you. No. You shouldn't have to. And he saved your life, I'm just saying. We actually are at almost 3 hours. I'm probably gonna call it here. We'll finish this. I might actually finish this tomorrow. Looks like we're closing in on the end.
Right.
So yeah, looks like we're right near the end. So yeah, this is gonna be where we call it. Cliffhanger. But anyway, yeah, let's see, this is the last portion here. Well, how long would you say the last portion is? If it's relatively short, maybe I would just go ahead and do it. But if it's like over an hour, then I'm going to stop. Enable Queen's Ruby. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait, that's the secret thingy. I know what that means. Let's see, it looks like we've got a little bit of chunk of this game left, you know. So yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and we'll call it here. And I might go ahead and finish this tomorrow. That'll be good. But anyway, I appreciate you all hanging out with me. A lot of fun. Had a good time with y'all. Like I said, I'll probably end up doing this tomorrow, maybe before or after my video release. Because, yeah, I've got a video coming out over on the main channel. Another one, I should say, because I actually had a video come out earlier. So make sure y'all check that out. A little short meme video. But anyway, it's fun hanging out with y'all. I will see you all real soon. Until then, good night. God bless and Godspeed.